Welcome to FOH. This week, Kenny, we start our Robusto series where we go through each and every Robusto, starting with, to many of the king of Robustos, and to others, they got no idea why people buy Cohiba at all. As we said on the forum, I don't think there's a brand that divides cigars more than Cohiba, does it? Or divides people more than Cohiba.
Really? Most people I know quite like it. Most of the objections tend to be more price.
But then unfortunately, then it jumps from price to a perception of the people who smoke Cohiba, right? So it's almost as if only tossers and wankers smoke Cohiba, which is so unfair. Because I know lots of tossers and wankers who smoke Cohiba, but also other cigars as well.
Lots of tossers and wankers who don't smoke Cohiba.
Exactly right. But
yeah.
I think it's a cheap shot that's given by many to people who actually do legitimately love Cohiba as a brand. And a lot of that too comes back to if you look at Bon Roberts, yeah, and you see what
for a shameless plug.
You know, it just shows you the premium that it commands in that secondary market as well. And I think that's also got under the noses of some people, which is fair enough. But you know, a brand's got to stand on its own 2 feet. It's got to start by being bloody good if you're going to command top price. And that's what we're here to discuss, Kenny, to search, see if that's the reality.
Indeed.
So, you're a Coro. You've had plenty of Coro. Do you like Coro?
Love Coros. Absolutely love Coros. One of my favourite cigars. Some of the best cigars I've ever had have been Coros.
Well, we can wrap it up now. Tossers and wankers, people. There you are. You couldn't get a better
Tossers
example.
to your left of your screen, wankers to the right. Yep.
All right. This is SOU July 20. And so it's not an old Coro. It's a young Coro. SOU has been an excellent code. But this is a stock standard Coro. Yeah, it's nice, but it's not brilliant. Nice little bit of sheen to the wrapper. Straight Colorado.
It's really interesting in that it all looks terrific, lovely bit of a sheen there, touch oily, some nice veins, etc. Looks exceptionally well constructed, except for one little thing, which is really interesting.
Yeah. When
you come up here, I have done the punch, and then you have the little strips that go just around the top. One of them is a pale, sickly green, and it's just this tiny. I don't know whether you can see it. Where are we? Can you see it on the...
Yeah, I can see a little bit of a green tinge, yeah.
But it's only on that tiny little sort of 1.5 mm wide strip around the top here that they've used. So they've obviously pulled a leaf that's not well and used it because it's nowhere else.
It's just a little bit of fermentation. I mean, interesting whether you're going to get any flavour differential from that. A bit of a minty taste.
I think it's far too small, really. It's literally 1 millimetre. And only goes about halfway around, and they've just used it.
I'm just seeding some thoughts there. See if he comes up with minty or green in his review.
Well, I hadn't thought of that before.
No? Yeah.
Look at it. You can see it, just a fraction of a green thing. Anyway, moving right along.
That's just fermentation, mate. That's all it is. It's all good.
Yep.
So you're right to roll. Can you light the cigar? My draw is perfect, by the way. My draw is absolutely spot on.
Okay.
There you go, folks. Oh, brilliant. Mate, a lot of comments on your haircut last week. Well done.
People have got that much time.
I know. You should be going back to your full locks once you finish parole. All right.
It's what I do. I've been doing this for years. I have about one haircut every 8 months.
Well, what happens the day it doesn't grow back? Like it just stays like that?
It stays like that. That saves me having to go for a haircut.
Worry. There you go.
Worry. At my age, seriously?
It wouldn't be a top 10 order, would it? It wouldn't be on the top 10 list of things to worry about for you, would it?
Something. One wine writer was talking about the time he wasted in front of the mirror. And I thought, I've wasted an awful lot of time in my life, very little of it in front of a mirror.
Oh, we could have told you that, Ken. Very much so. All of us out there, FOH, never crossed our mind.
Seriously.
Spend a lot of time in front of a mirror.
I mean, do I look like one of, what do they call them, metronomes or metro somethings or
Metrosexual, Ken. Metrosexual.
There we go.
Hey? What cologne do you use? Excellent. We'll be back with you at the end of the first third. Kenny, your first third comments.
Oh, I'm loving it. It's got that lovely honey caramel.
Hey, this has been a cracker Robusto. And for those out there who are looking for hot box codes, SOU is kicking it out of the park at the moment. Superb. Across a whole heap of different types of cigars.
You know the story. I've told you many times, but one of our early trips to, not sure whether you were on this one or not, but I was talking to Hamlet and I said, look, I want to grab a box of Coros to take home. He went out and I reckon he checked 30 of them. And then he found one and he said, this one. And you talk about if you get a box of 25 and, you know, you have 4 or 5 duds out of 25, you're not doing too badly. 25 of the best cigars I've ever tried. Everyone just whoosh. Brilliant. And from that moment, and it was more at that stage I wanted a decent box because I'd tried a number and I'd never been completely convinced. I'd been some very fine ones, some not quite so. But after this box, I thought if that's what they can do with Coros, I'm on board.
This cigar to me, again, with July 20 or June 20 coming, was it? Let me just double check that. Yeah, I think we're July 20. You know, it's not an aged Coro, but it's perfect, isn't it? Again, you're right. Honey caramel, mid-body, just a touch under mid, sort of drifts in and out. Jesus Christ, there it goes. But it's smooth as silk.
But you also get the impression this will go for years.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a box of these.
Beautiful opening. Oh, beautiful opening on this. You couldn't fault that opening.
God, after some of the rubbish I've been throwing this year, this is gorgeous.
You get what you deserve, Kenny. Excellent. What are you drinking there, Ken?
Right. Okay. It's only a little 100 ml sampler from the Lark distillery in Tassie, which was the first distillery
Tasmania.
in Tassie.
So Lark has won best Scotch whiskey, best whiskey internationally for how long? A couple of years.
Lark was the one that kicked off, and then it ran into some problems, and Sullivan's Cove really took over. These guys are making a real effort in the last couple of years to come back and get. Can you
show us the bottle again, Ken? Can you show us the bottle again? Just put it up. No, back in here. Get your hand away from it if you possibly can. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
all right. Yeah, Lark. Yeah. So what's it like?
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's a.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's enough.
Like 56%. What they do is, with this particular one, it's called the Para 100 because they went to Seppelsfield, and Seppelsfield had this incredible system that was set up, I think, by Benno Seppel back in the 1860s or 70s, and he put down a barrel, and he said, this barrel is not to be touched for 100 years. That was a barrel of Tawny Port. And in the next year, another one, and the next year, another one. And so for 100 years, they put a barrel down in the big barrel room at Seppelsfield. It's a beautiful room. It's a gorgeous room. You can literally walk around and touch the barrel from the year of your birth, the year the war finished, the year, who knows what. And then after, so it was back in the 1970s, I think it was, late 1970s it must have been, they bottled the first one. And every year they release it. Nowadays, because in those days it was not bad value. Now it's horrendously expensive. Lark got the empty barrel that had the Tawny Port in it for 100 years and used it to finish their whiskey. So full bottles are a grand each. They're not cheap, but hey, they're cheaper than Lark Legacies, $2 grand each.
Absolutely.
The whiskey in it's not that old. I think it's only 5 or 6 years.
Right.
But it's again, you've got that. It's very powerful, obviously, 56%, 57, I think. You've got that real caramel, apricot kernels, walnuts, all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely sensational whiskey, as you'd want for a grand. And they're going
It's a
together.
grand Aussie, so about 650 US, 700. There we go.
Only, I think there's
Back with you shortly. Second, third, Kenny continues on, yeah, just marches on.
Little bit deeper, darker flavours, some good richness. The construction's superb. There has been no mint. The green thing's still there. Honestly, it looks like they dipped it in paint.
Where did you expect it to go, by the way?
I don't know. I didn't expect it to be there in the first place.
Sorry. It's been a cracking cigar.
Oh.
It's been one of the cigars of the year for me. I've enjoyed this.
Agreed.
Because it's, it just reminds you how good Coro can be. A good
Absolutely.
Cohiba.
Absolutely. This is a seriously good Coro. This would not have been out of place in that box Hamlet found.
Loving it. Enjoying it. Enjoying the conversation too, Kenny, off camera. We'll be back with you at the end of the last third. Kenny, let's wrap up the Coro. What are you doing?
Wait on. Where are we? Well, I can't wrap it up just yet. I'm still smoking it.
Well, I'm almost finished.
That's because
this has been one of the better cigars of the year for me.
And I've been in no rush because it's such a lovely cigar.
Young Coro, honey, caramel, lemongrass. It's actually picked up in body all the way through, which I've loved. I've loved that transition.
It has. It absolutely has. It's going brilliantly. Well, what wouldn't go brilliantly with $1,000 whiskey? How is your Coke?
It's not Coke. It's a Cuba Libre in a big glass.
Right. Bundy and Diet Coke?
So it's my birthday last week or week before last. And my mum.
Happy birthday. Did I know that?
No, you wouldn't care. Could you really? Etc.
About as much as you care about mine.
So my mum and dad went to liquor store Dan Murphy's to buy me some. They rang me up and they said, "What are you drinking at the moment?" I said, "Whatever, I'm good. Don't worry about it. It's good." They said, "No, we want to buy." So I said, "Gin or rum?" But I said, "We'll buy you some rum." So I love mum and dad. Dad's 88, mum's 84, whatever it is. And anyway, they rung me up and they said, I don't think they got it quite right. They said, "We've got this good rum. We just want to make sure you're okay with it." And I said, "Whatever you buy is fine." They said, "It's from Indonesia." I said, "I don't think there's any rum from Indonesia."
There isn't.
I'm pretty sure there's no rum from Indonesia.
No, there's rum from Indonesia.
On the Australian market.
Yeah, there is.
What?
Yeah, there is.
On the Australian market?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I've never tried it, but I believe there is.
I said, "No, look, honestly, if you get stuck, just get me some Havana Club, blah, blah, fine. Then we'll get you a special bottle of Havana Club." So they bought me this beautiful bottle of Havana Club 3-year-old white. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is still a lot better than the Indonesian stuff, I'm pretty sure. But I love them. Went to lunch yesterday with them. So much fun. I'm gonna miss them when they're gone. Yeah. I mean,
exactly.
I really treasure these times that you spend with them. It was Ben's birthday yesterday. So
happy birthday, Ben.
Yeah, so it was Ben's birthday. So we went to Bulimba pub and I said, "I'm going to pick up Dad, bring Dad with us." You know, for Dad, it's really special to 88 with myself, and then he's also having lunch with Ben and my younger son Tom. So just a couple of generations. It's just lovely way to spend an afternoon. I will miss it.
Ben very kindly helped me with my
back to the cigar.
Sorry. Ben very kindly helped me with my computer problem recently. He's an absolute genius.
No, he's not. He said it was very simple. I asked him about that. He said it was very, very simple.
Very, very difficult. Hey, listen, he got into all the little things and that and found where to go. I looked for 3 hours. I couldn't find it. He took 2 minutes. I was very grateful.
Good stuff. Anytime, I know Ben says, anytime you have a problem, call him. Yeah. Sorry, Ben. Anyway, back to the Coro. Excellent cigar for me. Really excellent Coro for such a young Coro. So July 20, I'm going to give this 94.
I was 96 going through it. It's just started to get a little bit of those young characters coming in. Knocks it back. I'll give it 95.
There you go, mate. You can't go wrong, can you?
No.
You know, and let's face it, if you're pumping the coin towards Cohiba, you want it to perform.
Oh,
and
exactly.
So far, mate, these were just straight off the walk-in humidor boxes. I just pulled 2 out. These are not things I really. In fact, I didn't even pick these. Dee picked these for us to smoke. So well done, Dee. Well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got the eye. Well done.
Right.
Excellent. So 95, 94 for me. And what a great way to start the Robusto series. Good fun.
I mean, very hard to see much topping it.
Yeah,
a good part against D4.
Yeah, and I must say, Bolivar Royal Corona has been the top of their game of late. I'm looking forward for you to trying one of those. The Vega Urbana Famosa has been excellent. We'll find out. We'll find out during the next couple of weeks. Excellent. Kenny and Ras. Don't forget Ras. Ras has been excellent. What's that T-shirt saying? I work harder than a what? An ugly stripper. Oh. Yeah.
I'd just like to thank the person who was very kind.
All complaints, send them through to D or Steve McCarthy, please. Excellent. Until next week, I think we'll do the Ras next week. I reckon that's where we need to be. But well done. Thanks, Kenny. Much appreciated. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Hasta luego. Bye.
You could offer me about $1,000 to name a cologne. Old Spice. I've heard of Old Spice. That's not a food, is it? That's a cologne. No? Seriously?